Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So was the surprise thing that I had from last week's vlog, but obviously I didn't include it. Anyways, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Anthony. I'm a nurse. I work a second job at Coles, and obviously this is my co-worker. This is just a little podcast that we're gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and get guests on every week or every fortnight-ish, and then we're just gonna go through, we're just gonna kind of talk about life, things and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll let Calvin introduce himself.
Hello. My name is Calvin. I do disability work and I work at Coles as well with this guy.
Alrighty, so we've got a couple of topics that we're going to go through and talk about, but we're kind of going through it slowly. So let's just start with why I'm quitting Coles. So I don't know if you know, but the reason why I'm quitting Coles is because I had a couple of weeks break, and then I went back to work, and I'm just like, this is not fun anymore. Initially, I was going to work at Coles until like the end of the year, Christmas maybe, but I was like, this is kind of boring, so now I'm just going to quit. And yeah, so I got one more shift this weekend, and that'll be my last shift at Coles. I don't know if they're going to do anything for me because they love me, but if not, I might just end up doing something at my house, just get a couple of the co-workers and whatnot here and just sit around, have a chat and just go through and do stuff. But that's kind of the reason why I'm quitting at Coles. Are you quitting, or what's happening with that?
So I was going to quit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they gave me a new roster. So it's like part-time, it's like 10 hours. I'll take it, honestly. Like, I'm not going to do anything at night, so
is it like
just work.
Is it less or is it more than the previous one? Like your hours wise?
Less hours.
Less hours. And it's just better overall?
Better overall, just because like, yeah, I'm doing disability now.
Yeah.
Full time. It's like, I don't want to work like a lot of hours at Coles. And it's kind of clashing with my disability.
Yeah,
like Amber, shout out Amber. She like changed it up, made my days available, and she basically just put me in those days.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, that's really convenient.
Happy days. I'll take it.
Yeah, and then work-wise for me as well. So I was talking to one of my other friends as well, right? Her name's Elisa. She's like an optometrist, and she's moving to Darwin next year.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she's gonna be working there, and there's all sorts of incentives and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I was chatting to her a while ago when she came over to my house for a bonfire, and it was like she's gonna move, and I was considering it as well because I finished my grad program, so it's where they just kind of streamline you through like a nurse, and they just kind of have more support available as you graduate.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if I'm gonna do it for the bread anyways, because if I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't love nursing. And then what is the point in me staying here when I make less money, when I could just go somewhere else, have a new change of lifestyle, and just make more money? You know what I mean?
That's the thing, like going because you haven't lived in Australia.
Exactly. I've lived in Adelaide my whole life, and it's just like I could just move, and then I get to experience something new. At least I'll have a friend if I go there, and then I get more pay and all these other things. Yeah. So it's just like I'm kind of at this point where like I'm not entirely sure what I properly want to do after my grad, because like I've been saying to people for so long, obviously I did like all of my schooling in Adelaide, and then I took a gap year where it was COVID anyways, and then I studied for 3 more years, and then now I'm in a grad program where I most likely will get an extended contract if I do decide to stay at Ashford. But if I don't want to, I can say I've fully like finished everything. Like I've got no Coles, I've got no Ashford, I've got no like work, I've got no study and nothing behind my back. Like I can finally say after like 22, by the time I finish, I'll be 23. Yeah. I don't have anything to do. Yeah. There's nothing on my plate. The only thing I have is like paying off my HECS debt. Yeah. Everything else is paid off. So I can literally do whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Oh, good.
And that's kind of like the point I'm at in life right now. It's like, what do I want to do? Because if I take time off from work and I go traveling, it's going to be hard for Marianne, because then she'll just be here studying and looking after the dog. And I'm probably going to go traveling by myself. Which is kind of like dog in a way, but I kind of just want to experience life a little bit. So I don't know what kind of path I want to take, but right now I'm kind of looking towards Darwin because I emailed like their nursing with free coordinator, whatever. And then she sent me like this link, and it's like, whoa, the pay is massive. Yeah. And that's like permanent work as well. But I could do like casual here and make the same, but like it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like it's just different.
You want to try new things as well?
Yeah, exactly. I want to try something else. Like my plan is to kind of, I want to try and get out of South Australia, if not Adelaide at least. Like go interstate or go like up north, down south, and just go work there or do casual work or things like that. So that's kind of what I want to do, but I don't know. It's like nearly the end of October already, so I've got like 3.5 months left to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's why I'm stuck.
You don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do yet. Like, I don't know if I want to work and just make bread or if I want to go travel. And like, from all the things that I see and I hear, it's like, obviously you can have all these things in life, but you can't have all of it at once.
Yeah.
That's like the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Oh, my opinion is like, you're still young.
Yeah, still young.
So
yeah.
like, whatever you actually want to do, like, you don't have to just like try hard right now.
Yeah.
You're still young. Like, if you want to travel, go travel. It's like, you're a nurse as well, so.
Yeah, because like I was also looking at like overseas and whatnot as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about working overseas, and like a lot of like kind of Scandinavian countries like Netherlands or Sweden or kind of things like that, they not really incentivize, but they have like supportive methods for like if I do decide to go like overseas, the process of getting into those countries and potentially getting like a working visa there is a lot easier. Really? Because they have like connection with Australia or something, so you don't have to do like as like much stuff. But I'm guessing I would have to do like learn basic Swedish and but like, you know, if that happens, I'll just figure it out. You know, obviously when I get there. But it's like I kind of just want to know, ideally by the end of the year, what I actually kind of want to do for the next couple of years. I feel like what I do after I finish this grad program will kind of decide what I do for the next couple of years.
So, like, what's stopping you right now? Like, how come you don't know? You know?
To be honest, I literally have no clue, because it's like, obviously I have my partner, and then I have my dog, and then I have this issue with my mum, whereas like, if I move out, because I pay so much of like, I help pay so much of the mortgage here, if I move out, she's gonna have to potentially put the house up for rent. Okay. She's gonna have to like rent it out, because she's not gonna be able to afford it with her income and my brother's income, so it's a bit of a sticky situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? And obviously if I leave Marianne, she's gonna have it hard, because she's gonna have to look after Wolfie. And then, you know, Wolfie's still young, so he's still hopefully got a pretty long life to live, so we have to look after him as well. And that's kind of one of those things where it's like, if I do decide to do something for my own personal gain and well-being, I kind of have to sack up these things to the side. Whereas it's like, you know, life is kind of just about sacrifice. I kind of have to sacrifice some things in order to gain other things. So there's no medium, you know what I mean? Like, if I was to move overseas, for example, I could bring Wolfie, but it would cost like 20k. You know what I mean? To like bring a dog and whatnot overseas. So I think that's the issue I'm having with all of that right now. And I have kind of been semi-actively looking online to like work interstate in like Queensland. Like, I see these things where they offer like rural nursing positions, but it's like, you need this criteria, you need this criteria, you need to do all of this, and it's like, I'm only a first year nurse where it's going to take me like 4 or 5 years to get all of the experience. You know what I mean? Like, I could go out to the country and work there and become like a nurse in charge, but you'd only get like $30-40 an hour. Okay. Yeah. And in today's day and age, obviously, $30-40 an hour is like, what are you going to get with that? You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's so hard. And I feel like I have so much on my plate, but I kind of just want to fucking...
So what's your like priority right now then?
That's the thing, I don't know.
Well, it sounds to me like your priorities is you want to just work. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like I'm saying, again, you're still young. You still need to like take time to actually think about it. It's like, your mindset right now is like game bread.
Yeah, literally,
It's like, I'm not saying it's a bad mindset, but I'm saying it's like, maybe like try to appreciate the little things before you think about like, being money oriented. Because again, you're still young, and even though you don't like your nursing job, right?
That much, yeah,
it's just like, you just have to explore all the other things before you actually focus on your career, I guess. It's like, because you don't want to do nursing when...
Exactly. I think like nursing is one of those things where it's like, I can't imagine me doing it for the rest of my life, you know? I could really imagine doing it for the next 4 or 5 years, but I can't imagine doing it for the rest of my life. Yeah. Because most of us will retire like, 60, 65, and I'm like 22. That's like 40 odd years, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know, it's hard. It's hard. So I don't know, like, what the direction to go is from there, because like, I don't know.
What you told me you wanted to do gaming? Like,
yeah, I thought about that, because like, I went to like an arts gaming studio thing, and I went there, and I thought about it for a little bit, and I'm like, the way they were explaining that course to me was like not, how do I say it? Like it wasn't inviting. It didn't seem like what I made it up to be. Like what they do seems really boring. Whereas I thought it'd be like so much more fun and proactive, and you get to do all this stuff. But the way they were doing it was just like sitting behind a desk all day, and they just code and program.
That's definitely not you.
Like not to say that it's like, not to say it's like it's bad, but like that's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like
I don't see you the type of person that just like sits down.
Yeah, sits all day. Yeah.
You have to go and like you're more like active.
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty proactive.
That's probably why you don't like nursing, because what is it active or is it like?
It's semi-active. Yeah, it's fairly active. So yeah, I don't mind it. It's alright.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
And yeah, it's just a bit challenging. But in saying that, yeah. So about my family situation's a bit complicated. Obviously, I got my mum, and we're paying for all of this. Like, I would have got us to do the podcast earlier today, but as Marianne probably knows, I don't care. But my mum's a bit of a yapper. Like last night, she stayed up until like 3:30 in the morning.
She's a bit of a yapper.
My mum is a yapper.
You say you're not.
Hey yo, my yap is not that bad, bro. My yap is not that bad. Nah, but that's probably where I get it from. But like last night, my mum was up till 3:30 in the morning on my phone to like my auntie overseas for like 6 hours, bro. Like
what the heck?
Right? 6 hours, bro. And it's like,
what they even talk about? Like,
I don't know, bro. But she's up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then she wakes up at like 8. She's like, I'm so tired. But she's like, she's yapping till like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, just go to sleep, bro. And then, you know, you make yourself feel better.
Oh, well, she can speak. What's Cambodian?
Khmer?
Khmer?
Yeah.
She speaks Khmer.
All the time, all day,
do you
non-stop.
understand it?
I do, and I find that's the annoying part, because sometimes she just talks about things and it's like,
about you.
Yeah, and it's like
Anthony.
literally, and then it's rather just like, I would rather not be able to understand it. That way I can just block it out. But it's like, obviously I understand it. So when she just says things about certain people, it's just like, I wish I didn't hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get a bit annoyed. It's like,
yeah.
Shouldn't be spreading like information about other people.
Yeah, literally,
You just create drama.
It's just creating drama, and I would say me personally, I'm not really that much of a drama orientated person. Like when someone has drama, I don't really care too much about it. It's like, it's not like, my mentality, if it doesn't bother me or my life, it doesn't affect me, I don't really want to know, I don't really want to hear it. You know what I mean? And then when it's just like, that's why I would like to think I'm pretty drama free.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of anyone that I have any issues with currently at the moment.
Me.
Yeah, you're funny. But I would like to think that I don't have any issues with anyone, so I like to keep my life pretty drama free, and I just kind of go through the motions and things like that. And how's your family? I saw Vincent yesterday. I was playing volleyball with Vincent yesterday.
Actually?
Yeah. And then I was asking him, I'm like, do you want to come on the pod tomorrow with Calvin? And then he was like, I can't, I'm working. I'm like, fuck, man. Thanks, life's so hard. No, but like he was saying, you guys went to church? Because like we went to volleyball and the game was starting and he was coming like late.
Yeah, we went to church on... Wait, you went to the 6 p.m. one?
Yeah, the game was at 6:15 and it was like starting and I'm like, where the fuck is Vincent? And he was like, oh, I was at church with Calvin. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, man. Went to church, praise God. I'm a believer of God.
What a guy, bro.
Yeah, man, like... should I tell you the story?
Yeah, go on. Run it.
Basically, like, I'll give you a quick run through. Like, went to counselling, like, something happened on the weekend. It's like drugs, raves, like, did drugs and stuff like that. It's like, went to counselling, told her all my problems, like, cried. And then my counsellor, she's a Christian as well.
Yeah.
So she was like, afterwards, like, can I pray for you? I was like, yeah, but it's like, it's not going to do anything. Like, I'm not believing God. So she prayed for me, and then like afterwards, when I went in my car, like I parked. Yeah, so parked on the side of the street after counselling. Like she prayed for me. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, you know what? Like, God, if you're real, like, give me a sign. And like right after that, I feel like these weights just came off my shoulders.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Wait, what the fuck?
No, not only did that.
Wait, what the fuck?
Right after that, I was literally starving as well, because I didn't eat like 2 days.
Yeah.
So like. Right after I started, went to the gas station, bought like Honey Jacks, 3 drinks, chunked
Damn!
Like, it's just those little things. So it's like, I believe in everything happens for a reason. So when I said that, like, God, if you're real, give me a sign. And that happens, I'm just like, there's a reason.
Yeah, right.
It's that guy right up there.
That's crazy.
Also, like, at Coles, like, I used to vape, like, in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I did that, like, after because I had work on that day.
Yeah.
I did that afterwards. I was like, oh, this is so bad. I was like, okay, God, I know you're real, but if you are really real, give me a sign. And then, like,
the lights turned off.
No. I turn around, and then the bin, like, in the toilets,
it
has, like, trust on it. And I was like,
no way, but that's
On
crazy.
your Saturday, go to the bathroom. Yeah, it says trust.
That's wild, bro. That's actual wild. Holy
you did not
shit.
recognize that. I never recognized that.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And I was just like, yeet. I just yeeted the vape. Like,
Jabron Waves, bro. Jabron Waves.
Bro, it's like, it's just those things. It's like, that can't happen, like, as a coincidence. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Also, after that happened, I get because you know how I lost my phone.
Yeah.
I get a call, like, right after that from a mate. His name's Joey.
Yeah.
And he calls me. I pick it up. I was like, hello? He's like, hey. I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I got your phone. I was like,
Huh?
what? He's like, no, I don't have your phone, but someone found your phone.
No way, but that's crazy.
And I was like, nah, this is like, God, this is too much.
God nice you, bro. You're his favorite.
God
bro.
nice me, man. I was like,
God nice you hard, bro.
Like, it's those things. It's like, yeah, I gotta believe him. Like, after that, like, I gotta believe him.
Yeah,
and it's like, once I started believing in God, I feel like my life has gone, like, it's starting to improve. Like, I started getting, like, I got full-time hours at disability.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
So, like, I don't think if I didn't believe him, I don't think I would have gotten that opportunity.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean? It's like, God,
yeah, from what I hear people say, like, I've got this friend, his name's Amani, he does like all this, like, he's been doing, like, the past couple of months he's been going through, like, this thing where he's like trying to teach and educate, and I've had this conversation with him before, and like one of his main topics that he brings up is like religion, and like how the importance of religion and how it can change your life, and it's like, and a couple of things that he says to me as like, as humans we always want more. Like as humans we always feel the need to want more. Like if you reach, like, you say hypothetically you get $1 million within the next 2 years, right? You probably won't be satisfied with that $1 million, you know what I mean? You probably just always want to do more, or if you have like the biggest house, you probably want an even bigger house or things like that. And it's just the need of human being is to just want more. Whereas if you follow a religion and kind of things like that, you kind of get to this point in life where you're actually fulfilled and satisfied. And that kind of stems from having a religion. Like me personally, like I was just saying to you before about my work and stuff, it's like, no matter what I do with work or how much I achieve or no matter how much I get, I feel like I would never properly be satisfied. And like, I try to think my end goal for work especially is I can get to that point in life where I'm comfortable enough, or I've worked hard enough to decide I can choose when or how long I want to go to work. And for me, I feel like that'll be the goal I make it. But then I say to other people, like, let's say hypothetically you got whatever you want in the world, whether it's money, family, love, it doesn't matter what it is, right? But if you had whatever of you want in the entire world, what would you do after you had all of that? Like, if you got $1 billion tomorrow, right? You can spend all that money. You could solve like all of your family's problems and all of your friends' problems as well. But then, what would you do after that? Most people would not want to work anymore. So what are you gonna do? Just sit at home and play games all day, or you're just gonna retire on an island, or like, what are you gonna do? And most people get stumped. Like they don't know how to reply. Whereas if I find that some people that I talk to that have religion, like they kind of have a direction in life, they kind of know what they're doing, and I wouldn't say an end goal, but they have not really a point, but they just keep going and they're fulfilled along the way. Whereas I feel like I'm not fulfilled along the way. I kind of am at this point where I have an end goal in life and I think that'll be the end. But yeah, I'm not much of a religious person, but in saying that, I feel like I have had a couple of experiences when I was younger, nothing recently, but...
Was it you that told me about like those ghost stories?
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, this was like 10 odd years ago, I was visiting my my family in Cambodia, and then someone told me downstairs to go ask my cousin to go do something, and then I went upstairs, and then as I was on the stairs, it's like an L-shaped hallway. So I saw my cousin walk out of the room into my auntie's room, and then I'm like, oh, they're probably just gonna have a chat. So then I went to his room, and then no one was in there. And I went to my auntie's room after that, and it was just my auntie in there. I'm like, Am I high? So yeah, I saw my cousin, and then we were talking about religion. So I went to go tell my grandma, and then my grandma was like, you just saw like a protector or a spirit, and he's like protecting the house and whatnot and things like that. And I'm just like, damn, that was kind of scary because like, I get scared really easily, right? Like, even like playing Call of Duty Zombies or like even like the basic like scariest things, I get fucking scared, bro. So like if the house is dark, right? If it's like nighttime and the house is fully pitch black, I get scared of walking to the fridge.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like super paranoid.
Really?
I'm like,
because of what happened when you were a kid?
I think so, yeah. And then like I just get like really traumatized from like scary movies and stuff. Like that's why Marianne loves watching scary movies. I hate watching scary movies because when I watch it, I get paranoid for 3 days. Really? I can't walk from my room to the bathroom, and it's literally right there. You can see that.
Yeah.
I get scared of looking in the mirror because like in my brain, there's like someone looking back, or it's like Bloody Mary or some crazy scary thing. Like even talking about it now will probably traumatize me at that time.
It's paranoia.
Yeah. It's really bad. And then I wasn't going to, but I'll talk about it anyway. So earlier this year, obviously I had my graduation. For those of you that don't know, obviously I graduated from being a nurse. But some really unfortunate things happened. So on Easter long weekend, back in April, whatever, I went to go visit my dad because he was sick and he got diagnosed with a cancer. He got diagnosed with a cancer in like December-ish last year, November-ish last year. And then my brother had his 21st birthday in January. Yeah. So then my whole family came over from New South Wales to here. Then we did my brother's birthday. And then because my whole family was planning to move here. Yeah. So my stepmom and then my half brothers kind of moved here, but then my dad stayed over there. So me and Marianne, we drove from here to Sydney and we went to go visit my dad. And then as we were visiting my dad, the night that we got there, he was okay, he wasn't too bad. But just before we were leaving, I think we were leaving on we were gonna leave on a Monday. So I went to go see him on a Sunday because we were gonna leave early Monday morning because it's like a long drive. So I went to go visit him and then he wasn't feeling the greatest. He was in like a lot of pain, he could like barely move and he needed a lot of support and whatnot. So then one of my uncles, like his brother from Cambodia, was looking after him and he didn't speak much English. And then there was his friends as well. So then I was like, this is not good for my dad because like he's in so much pain and no matter what he's taking at home, it's not kind of helping it. And then we ended up taking him to the hospital where he was admitted and then he stayed there for a couple of days. And then fast forward to obviously the day that I graduated, it was like 10 or 11 a.m. Yeah, it was like 10 or 11 a.m. or something like that. And then my mom, I was in Mawson, I was doing something with Marianne, we were getting like flowers or something for my graduation. And then my mom called me and then she said, my dad passed away. And like I didn't want to believe in religion or anything before then, but I had this gut feeling leading up to my graduation date that something bad was going to happen, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And mind you, this like Easter was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right? So I thought like I had a little bit of like guilt or something because like I was the one that took him to the hospital, but you know I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. Like hopefully it wasn't bad when he was able to be comfortable when it happened in the hospital rather than being at home probably in so much pain and not comfortable or whatever. So I like to think that I did a good thing by taking my dad to the hospital and then obviously having that happen because me being the oldest one out of my 6 siblings, you know, I was the first one, you know, in an Asian household, it's like get a degree and do all these studies. It was like my dad didn't get to see that, like his oldest child get a degree. Mind you that like my dad wasn't there my entire life. Like he only kind of came back into my life when I was in like year 10, so like 6 years ago. So I always had my stepdad growing up, but to be honest, my stepdad wasn't that much of a father figure. Yeah. So yeah, having my dad back in my life, kind of, and then him passing away just kind of hours, like literally hours before I graduated. It was really difficult for me. So then when I went on stage to like receive my thingy, I was just thinking about my dad. I'm like, damn, bro, like my dad didn't get to see this, but and mind you, he literally passed away like 3 hours before I graduated. Yeah. So it was really hard for me to like comprehend. So then, yeah, we did all of that, And then we went to his funeral in Sydney. And then when I got back, I went to like my friend's bonfire. And then he's like a Buddhist as well. So he was saying like, Sun, that's your car, like that grey Toyota, right? And he's like, and he was explaining all these features about my dad, because like he's a pretty like firm-ish like a Buddhist, and he's like, I think I just saw your dad in the back of your car. I'm just like, there's no fucking way, bro. Like that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like here and there are like a couple of like things that I might see from like my dad. Like I might have a weird dream about it, or just like the random little sign, and it's like, again, I'm not really that religious, but I saw it, I'm just like, you know, like if I'm seeing spirits and I believe really, really strongly in these things, I must be somewhat religious, but I don't get to the point where I like go to temple and pray or whatever. Like I have no clue when it comes to like all of that stuff, but I kind of just go when it's like, you know, Command New Year or something like that. But I don't really too much, but like every now and again, I'll just put one of those like incense sticks for my dad when it's like the thing, and it's just like I feel like it's making me a little bit better, and hopefully he's doing better wherever he is. So that's just like, you know, I don't know. Religion is so hard for me because like some people are very, very strong believers, but like me, I work in healthcare from a science perspective. The math ain't nothing. Like the science is not sciencing, and it doesn't make sense. But I also like to think that there is potentially a higher power out there, which, you know, you do good and then you get good in return.
That's the thing. It's like religion it's not logical.
Yeah, it just
it's fate.
Yeah.
There's no science. There's no like any real evidence towards it.
Exactly.
Like when some things happen in your life and like it happens, and you're just like, well, like why did that happen?
Yeah.
But then I feel like there's always a reason behind it.
Then
everything happens for a reason. Maybe that, it's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just hard. But like now it's, I wouldn't say it's a good thing, but now like my half brothers, they live like a 7-minute walk down the road. Like they move really, really close to us. So like every now and again, I'll just, you know, take my younger brothers to the park and we just like kick the ball around or play games or do whatever. But like personality wise, we're obviously very different because we didn't grow up together. But
did you used to do that before, like going to the park and your half brothers as well?
Not really, because they only just moved here like a couple of months ago.
Oh right.
Yeah, like so really, really recent. So like all of this has happened obviously within the last like 10 months.
There you go.
Yeah. So every now and again I'll try and take them to the park. Like the last time I took them was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
But like obviously they're busy, I'm busy, so it makes it a bit hard. But I try and be like a responsible older brother where, you know, I look after my younger siblings because they've only just got 4 brothers and the oldest one's like 16, 17, and then they just got my stepmom. So I guess it's kind of hard for them. So I try to be a nice older brother and, you know, take them out and do things because they're busy and
Sounds like you want like a closer relationship.
Just
that's your partner.
Exactly. Like they are my family, so I do try and look after them. But like it's so complicated because like it's just a weird family dynamic with like everything I have going on. I guess like everyone in their own ways has weird like complicated family dynamics, but I just talk about mine. Like I'm not too shy to keep it to myself. I'm pretty happy to talk about it because I guess in some ways some people might be going through the same thing, and it's just like I'm happily willing to openly talk about it, so they might be able to relate to me.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I'm fairly open to talking about it. But
no, it's good though.
Yeah,
it's good.
My family.
Complicated.
Yeah,
you're moving out with Vincent though soon, though, right? Is that still happening?
That's still happening. Nah, my relationship with my parents, it's good now. Like, well, it's better now. But before, like, it was bad.
It was
like, every time I go in the house, I would just like not talk to them at all. Like, just kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
Every time they asked if I was hungry or like, which sometimes I was, I'd always say no.
Yeah.
It's like I know my reasons. It's like, as a kid, I was a pretty bad kid. Like I was pretty bad, man. Like I used to steal, used to lie, used to like do all these things that were just like bad, you know. And like as I grew up, like in my teens, like 17 to 19, I'd always like kind of resent them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they love them. Like,
Yeah.
All your parents.
Parents being parents, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, after like counseling, I started to realize that, like, they're not the problem. I am.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't fix your relationship with your parents, it's gonna be tough.
It is, yeah. I think so.
With any other relationships that you have, friends, like your wifey, like just anything in general. Like if you don't have a good relationship with your parents, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Unless you get like like counseling, or unless your parents are like just legit.
Like proper bad.
Like I genuinely don't like you.
Yeah, like that's wild, but like very, very rarely that parents are like that. You know, most parents are deep down they're pretty loving, and then as you know, as teenagers, as we do, we just don't really see that.
Especially like it's the Asian culture, man.
I think so, yeah. I think they're just like, yeah, for Asians that like not this to say this applies to everyone, but like I'm assuming for some of us it'd be like, you know, we've got overbearing parents and they want us to achieve these certain things, so we're expected to do this, and then down the track when like once we make it, we're expected to pay them back as like a. And I'm fairly confident as like speaking between like us three, like Marianne's behind the camera that you guys can't see. She's Filipino, I'm Cambodian, he's Vietnamese, but all of our like cultures and religions and norms are probably fairly similar in some way. So I'm sure all of us can relate. But
you even see it like at raves, like almost like half the people there, they're Asians.
Yeah.
Like they're on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to raves to do drugs. There's always a reason behind it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's probably family trauma, man. Like when I went to raves, I would always want to do drugs. It's like back in the day, I'd be like, oh, it's just fun. It's like, well, it's fun, but like why am I doing this?
Yeah.
It's like,
and I think that kind of nicely transitioned to the point of like partying, because like I only started like properly clubbing and drinking and doing all of this stuff, I would say a little bit later on in social norms in my teen life compared to other people. Like people probably start doing it like not to out anyone, but like, you know, 16, 17 is where teens kind of started to get to like, you know, they want to go partying, clubbing and drinking at their friend's house, where like I didn't do that until like the first time with you for New Year's and like 20.
Really?
Yeah, the first time we went to Dynasty.
What?
It was like New Year's Eve, but that was the first time I ever went out. That was that last year? It wasn't like the start of this year. It was last year. What year? 2022. I think it was 2022. Yeah. Like that New Year's Eve was the first time I ever went out.
The first time at Dynasty.
First time at Dynasty. First time I ever went out clubbing in general.
Jesus. Like.
Yeah. So like for me, it's still really like
new.
I guess kind of new and fresh. But like my mom was always like, don't go out drinking, partying, clubbing and whatnot. And I never did. But I'm like, only when I started getting older, I'm like, I should just kind of do things, get out of my comfort zone. Because obviously people say when you're in like your early 20s is like the best time of your life to go like to do these things, you know what I mean? But I did it for a while and it was enjoyable for a little bit. But then over like the past year, I guess maybe late last year, like I just stopped enjoying it already. It's kind of like, you know, the norm is that you go out, you drink, you get lit, have party and whatnot with friends and randos, and it's like partying is not really for me anymore. Like, I don't know, I just don't find it fun. Like now I've kind of just been more like, you know, doing this type of thing where I just like kind of get some people over, we get some food, we just sit down and have a chat, or I'll just light a fire at the back and then, you know, people just sit around and have a chat. And this is kind of more my thing now. I'm kind of past the point where I go out partying and rave and whatnot, because like my friends, they go to Bali at the end of the year for New Year's again. Oh, wow. They went last year as well. They're like, Sun, you should come. And they think the reason why I don't want to go is because my partner's stopping me. That's not the reason. It's I actively don't want to go because I don't want to party. Like if you guys went there to do something else that wasn't partying, I'd happily go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I've got time off anyway, so I'd happily go. But it's the fact that they want to go there and they want to party and drink, and it's just like that's not really my vibe anymore. You know what I mean? I'd rather just sit, chill, vibe, have a chat, and just
live life.
Yeah. Like, but in a different perspective compared to some other teenagers, I guess. And that's kind of what I do. I don't know.
Speaking about like teenagers, before like when you were saying like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Bro, people buy like fake IDs.
Yeah, people buy fake IDs. Yeah. I'm like my mentality is like, why are you so down bad to go clubbing that you feel the need to get fake
Yeah.
like stuff in order to, you know, go on the club. Like, again, this is I'm generalizing so hard. So if anyone that watches this is probably under the age of whatever, please take it with a grain of salt. But it's just, again, my opinion. It's going to the internet, so it probably will get criticized. But you know, take it with a grain of salt.
It's illegal.
Out of context, yeah,
Illegal.
literally fucking illegal, man. Like, don't do that shit, man. But it's
I
like,
get someone arrested, bro.
yeah. But I don't know, party's not for me anymore. So, like, again, if my friends were to go there and just like, you know, go to the zoo or do other like activities and whatnot, I'd probably be down to go. But it's the fact that they're just going there and it's just like from my understanding is they're planning to just like do fun, social, young adult things like drink and party and get hookups. And like that's not my vibe. No offense to those guys. Like you boys go have fun if you watch this, but that's not for me. I'm probably just chill for this. Yeah, but I think that's over.
You heard it here.
Yeah. In saying that, love. You got, but you know, do you want to talk about it or you want me to go first? Yeah, you know, relationships. So yeah, obviously I'm with Marianne for nearly 6 years in November.
There you go.
So it's like 6 years in a month and a bit.
That's half a decade.
More than half a decade. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but a lot of people say to me, why aren't we like further down? Not to make this any excuse, but like when me and her we kind of break it down is that our first year we spent dating was in high school, and then we had a year off because of COVID, or maybe 2 or 3 years off COVID, and then I spent like 22, 23 on uni placement, so I was like out in the country for one, and then I was like kind of doing full-time placement work outside, so it was, and then she was working afternoons, whereas I was doing placement mornings, so then it was hard for us to even see each other, even though we were kind of living together. Like, I would go to work in the morning, and by the time I get back, she would be at work, and by the time she gets back, I'd be asleep, and it's kind of just repeat, you know what I mean? And then I'd just be like, you know, working at Coles on the weekends, and then playing sport on Sunday, so it's hard for us to make time for each other. So when you really break it down, I was like 4.5 years out of our 6 years. You know what I mean? So when we think about it, like, what have we done together? We've been overseas together for the first time.
Nice.
We went interstate twice together. It's really about it.
Okay.
You know, and then the rest we've kind of just done things in Australia or Adelaide. But
does that matter though? Like, is that like going overseas and stuff like that?
I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know. It's hard, but yeah. But like I can say I'm lucky and I've been fortunate enough to find the love of my life from very early on in my
love of the life.
But yeah, I can say I've been lucky enough to find the love of my life pretty early on in my life, and obviously hopefully nothing changes because I do love her so much. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of parents in a way already, because obviously we have the dog, so we kind of know what it's like to, when he wakes us up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, to whine at the window, or if he needs food, or if he needs a drink. Oh God, shut the fuck up. What are you laughing?
No, I'm just imagining a Wolfie like just sneaking in your bed like, right.
Bro, he does, man. Like the other day he was sleeping on the couch, right? So I left the door open, so he just sneaks in and then just climbs onto the bed and just sleeps. And then like 40 minutes later, he's whining to go outside to take a piss. I'm like, is this what it's like to be a parent, bro?
Oh, probably, man. Oh gosh.
Yeah, like early days with that dog, it's just like, what? This is what it's like to be a parent.
You have Wolfie like as a
A puppy, yeah. We probably raised him. It's like no. Like he wasn't born as a teenager. Like he came in, and obviously he had issues as well. But I would say he's been a pretty good dog. We had him from like 8 weeks old, and he's like 3, maybe 4 now. So we've had him from a very, very long time, and he's like, I would say that he's a bit of a difficult dog to train, but I'll say he's pretty lucky because like he always communicates when he needs to go outside to potty or have a drink, and like he knows really, really well. So I'm pretty lucky in that sense.
Huskies personally, because it's a husky.
It's a husky. He's a
Their
husky.
personalities are just.
Their personalities are wild.
It's so
like,
sassy.
Yeah, and probably see on the internet, like huskies are, they're difficult. Like I can train them pretty easy in the backyard, But as soon as we step out the front door, he's a different animal. Doesn't listen to any single thing. But he does it all easily in the backyard. I could do it without a treat and he'd be fine. But if I go out for a walk, nothing, bro.
There you go.
And I've always wanted him to be like a free dog, like you know, just go out, smell, sniff, and then he'd come back to me. But he's not that good of a boy. Unfortunately, sorry, Wolfie.
It's like if you leave the door open, he's just.
Oh, he's gone, bro. He's gone.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of my relationship. Yeah, you're. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
I'm single and not ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Still.
It's done.
Yeah, well. Yeah, because with my ex, she was a good person.
Yeah.
It's like we just had different values.
Yeah.
For example, like whenever she would go out with like guy friends.
Yeah.
And she'd go out with guy friends at the club. And it's
Right.
just like, I feel like I'm a pretty secure like guy.
Yeah.
So like I'm okay if she had guy friends, but like it's in that setting. It's like you're hanging out with guy friends to go to the club. It's just,
Yeah.
There's no need to. And especially like when I date, I date to marry.
Yeah. See, I'm like that as well. Yeah.
With this girl, it's like the first 3 months, like we were a bit more chill. Like she could go out clubbing, I could go out clubbing. But when I started thinking, okay,
Like more seriously.
more serious with
Yeah.
wifey, I started getting more like saying more boundaries. And she didn't really listen to those boundaries. Like,
Yeah.
We were guy friends.
Yeah.
I told her like, I felt uncomfortable with these two guys, and she kind of just like made excuses.
Yeah.
I trust these guys.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you trust them, but I don't. So you're basically choosing your friends or your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, even if you trust them, I still don't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Is like, do I like compromise or does she? Like, in my head, it's like my wife would not wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
If I said, I'm comfortable, go, get her out. Right? Yeah, but like with her, it's just like,
It's different. Yeah.
like, I broke up with her like at least 3 times.
Damn. Yeah.
It's tough, like.
I don't know. Yeah, relationships are hard. Like relationships are super difficult. Like me and Marianne obviously haven't been perfect. Like I've had my fair share of issues along the way as well. And then I'm not gonna speak too much on her, but she probably has her own issues, and we've obviously had to go like every relationship does. You know what I mean? You kind of have to just work around these problems and figure out. And like you said earlier, that my personality is not really that type to like hook up with someone. Like I know some people, not to say it's bad, but like they don't mind like one night stands and things like that. Like me, I don't really show it to other people. I'm not like that emotional right to other people, but like on a relationship perspective, like I couldn't do that. Like if I was to get with someone, it has to be on an emotional level. You know what I mean? Like some people are like eye candy, I guess. They look nice, right? But it's like I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like look, she looks nice, but I couldn't imagine me getting with her, because then I'd have too much emotion of like, if I was to get with this person, could I imagine them for more than what they are?
Yeah.
Whereas I get that with her, you know, from early days, but we obviously, again, like I said, we had our issues along the way, but we've kind of like smoothed that out now. So like our relationship has been like really, really good.
Yeah.
And we're kind of just
So good.
yeah. But obviously not everyone's like that. Like I know, obviously your situation. I know a couple of other friends where they've had situations with people, and obviously everyone just wants like love and they want a partner. But
Yeah.
I feel like with society, but that's annoying. So my GoPro died.
Yep.
This will make it because it's a podcast and I don't edit that much. But obviously my GoPro died.
Potato torts out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. We got magical food. Damn. But yeah, relationships are really, really. I think they're really, really difficult in today's day and age, where there's so many like standards and expectations from both end of parties. Like, again, I'm generalizing really, really hard, but women will say a guy has to be this tall and he has to make this amount of money and has to do like all these gentleman-like things for me. And then maybe from a guy's perspective is they have to like be able to do this at home, and you know, there's all sorts of whatnots. And getting into the point that you were saying earlier is that you didn't trust your partner. Sorry, you didn't trust your partner. Obviously, going out with men, so then she has to kind of like pick between her friends or a partner.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen so many times in the past, where people have to make these decisions, and you have to kind of sacrifice things in life, and I don't know, it's that's just difficult, like, because I think even like with me and Marianne, I chose to spend more time with her than with my friends at the time, you know what I mean? Like, I had a lot of like male friends, we would obviously play games, but then when she texts me, I'm hiding in like a Fortnite bush and I'm texting her for like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, they're like, bro, you fucking died again. I'm just like, you know, I dog the boys, bro, you know, for my partner, and it's just like, yeah, it's hard to make the best of both worlds, but we're trying to make it work.
Yeah, making compromises, like in a relationship, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, if you're making compromises that you know are bad though, like,
yeah,
I'm compromising because I love her. Like,
yeah.
It's no good because you're kind of turning against your own values.
Yeah.
Like with my ex, it's like she'll lie so many times.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I catch her, it's like she'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like it keeps on repeating, and I keep on forgiving her. It's like I didn't have any self-respect for myself.
Yeah.
So why would I respect my partner? It's like,
yeah. Yeah.
It's tough. Like you can make compromises, but just don't make it for the wrong person.
Yeah.
I'd say. But yeah, no, she's deep down, she's a good person.
Yeah, yeah.
So she has her own problems.
Yeah, everyone's got their own values. It's just you got to find the values that are similar to yours, because it just makes your connection that bit easier when it comes to a relationship. But in a not so smooth transition, we're kind of getting towards the end of the pod here. So for those of you that are still watching or listening or whatever, you know, whack it on in the car when you're driving or when you're studying and listen to my annoying voice and my repetition and my yapping, whatever. Sports-wise, what are we doing sport-wise? You're not playing soccer anymore? You're just dancing?
We didn't even talk about the first time that we met.
Oh, the first time we met. So this is so far in the podcast that probably no one's listening anymore. But how we met, do you want to do this or you want me to do this?
No, you know,
So, the first time we met, I was still working at McDonald's. So this was like 2020. It was like November 2020, maybe December. I went to work and then I was doing freezer with this guy. And obviously I have no clue what I'm doing. So then I asked him, where do these box of peas go? And he's like, right there. And then I'm like, you know when someone says right there, but you don't fucking see right there? I was like, he didn't say anything and I didn't want to say anything. I'm fucking looking around. So then I find it. So I'm gonna place the box down, I get my box cutter, and then I sliced it, but I sliced it too deep. So that when I went to go lift up the bag, like the whole 1 kilogram bag of peas went all over the floor. And then this guy was like,
I looked at the peas. Now I looked at you and I was like, I'm gonna hate this guy, man. Now look at us. Wow.
Yeah, it was so funny because I remember I picked up the peas and it was just all over the floor and I saw the corner of my eye. This guy's just staring at me. He's just like, I'm so fucked. He side-eyed me so hard. It was so fucking funny.
I'm gonna get the broom. You just stand right here.
Literally, that's what we did. And then I just filled the rest of it. It was so funny, but then now we're obviously at this point where it's time for you to quit, Calvin. 5 years at Coles too long.
It's like, yeah, I've got my full time at disability. But then like, you know when you have the days off, you're just bored? It's like, oh, I might as well work. So I feel like Coles is, because I like Coles though. The people there, they're very, very chill.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just scared that I'll get burnt out. That's the only thing. It's like, I have full time hours disability, but then I have part time, minimum like 12 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just scared about that.
Yeah.
So because you know, like, have you been burnt out? You've been burnt out.
I think now from Coles, because like the only reason why I still worked at Coles was because I enjoyed it, like I said way earlier. It's like when I would go on the weekends, I would only work once a week. So I would go there, do my 3 to 5 hour shift, and I would actually have fun because it's the people I'm working with. Yeah, the job is not the greatest because you're just lifting heavy shit and putting on the shelves. That's not fucking fun. Nobody wants to do that. But it's just the company, like obviously some of you know now Calvin, and then maybe from the vlogs you guys have seen like Amisha and Brandon, and like these are the reason why I go to work. It's because I just get to hang out with these people and I have a fun time. Like people always say if they work at like fast food, oh, I hated working at fast food. I loved working at McDonald's, not because of the work, it's because I enjoyed the company of the people, you know what I mean? Like the managers, like Amber at Cole, she's a great manager. The manager I had at McDonald's, like, I saw my manager at McDonald's like a month or 2 months ago at Time Zone, the new TTP one. I saw him there and he pointed me out, I'm like, what the fuck, man? That was my manager from Macca's, bro. But yeah, the job wasn't that great. Obviously the job at Coles isn't great, but I just enjoyed the company.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I feel like it's the people that as long as you build good rapport with people, it makes a whole world of a difference. Like a smile, hi, hello, it makes a real big difference. That's not to say there aren't some downsides with Coles, like on the weekend, on Saturday.
What, long?
No.
Long?
No, it wasn't long, but I'm not gonna talk about it. It was bad. We didn't finish load, bro.
Oh, wait, this Saturday?
This Saturday just passed it.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't working.
And then, yeah, I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. But one more weekend to go, but that was how we met. Fun times, good times, and now I'm leaving again. But
what are you gonna do in your last shift? Surely, are you gonna actually work?
you know, I was contemplating calling in sick,
Take the piss.
but that is so dog, bro. That is so dog. But I wanted to take I just wanted to be an absolute dickhead on that Saturday, bro. I just like half the speed, but like a slow motion.
Yeah, I don't know if they're planning it. Maybe.
No, I don't, but it is what it is.
It'd be up to Amber, honestly. Like,
Probably would be up to Amber.
yeah, the way you left was, oh no. I'm leaving.
Literally, you guys saw in the vlog, but I wrote like a 2-sentence thing. I'm like, hi, I'm leaving. This is effective as of this day, and that was it, bro. There was no like long paragraph. Oh, I enjoyed working here so much. Thank you for being the greatest manager. Yada yada. Yada. No, skipped all of that.
Oh,
I'm leaving. Bye. This is my last day. That was it, bro.
Bro, I was surprised. Like, if I was Amber, I would have been like, F you, man. F you. And that's just kill.
Yeah.
You remember.
And I think it was really quick decision because I've always been like, if I really don't like my job that much,
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast to quit it.
Well, but nursing.
I don't think I hate it that much. Again, like it's with the people that you work with. Like I go to work and I have like really good relationships with my co-workers. Yeah, it's a little bit weird because like in that whole recovery area, kind of like most days I'm the only guy working, so there's a lot of females and they have their female conversations. You know, like yeah. But there's just a couple people where I get like I'm really comfortable and like I just be normal me and I just let out all of those things. So it's nice and they're really welcoming and it's like you get to from what I like to think anyways, I get to work with people that are like my skill level. Yeah. Whereas where I used to like in anesthetics, it's like I'm primarily working with doctors. So it feels a bit weird because like all of these doctors have like 15, 20 odd years of experience. I've been doing this for like 8 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it makes it hard to cooperate with to interact with them on that level. But there are some really nice doctors. Like there's this one doctor and he loves me, bro. He's like, what are you doing? When are you gonna come back, bro? I love it. He's actually like the most wholesome doctor ever. But yeah, it's vibes, it's chills. And I don't know, sport-wise?
Sports. Oh, I'm done with sports.
Done with sports? No soccer, no nothing?
Like, I wouldn't mind doing like you know 5-a-side? Like
Yeah.
Indoor soccer.
Yeah, 5-a-side, yeah.
When, like if I went to a club, I'd just get it's too serious. It's like, I'd much rather like be with friends and just like, you know, have fun.
Yeah.
But like at clubs, it's like, it feels so strict, but like, it feels like, oh, you have to, you know.
You have to perform and you have to be good, yeah.
Yeah, so whenever, this year, like at the start of the year, whenever like I played soccer and I felt like I had a like bad game, that would affect me like the whole day.
Oh yeah, that's like me as well when I play volleyball.
Especially like because I played soccer on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I'd have work. Afterwards, you would know because
the transition to it, like if you lose or you play bad,
I'm having a bad day at work if I have a bad day at soccer.
Yeah.
No good. But I wouldn't mind going 5-a-side.
Yeah, that's like me. It's like I took my sister to soccer, her trials a couple of weeks ago, and mind you, I haven't like kicked a proper soccer ball in a long time. So I was doing like crossbar challenges and shit. I'm like, bro, I miss playing soccer, man. Soccer was so fun, bro. Oh my god, I was like pinging it across the field. I'm like, bro, this is so good. Why haven't I ever stopped playing this? And then obviously I picked up volleyball. Like volleyball was really fun for me, but it's like you know, sports are all just about technique, and my technique is so bad across like,
Is it?
yeah, like soccer and volleyball. I'm so bad. Like I could easily beat someone that's new to the game. Like it's not even close.
Yeah.
But like because I'm a really, really competitive person. So from the competitive aspect, I'm really, really bad.
Yeah.
But when it's just like basic, like, you know, C grade, I'd easily beat the competition. But I'm really, really bad. So I do want to get better. But
You know what I realized about you? It's like you want to be like the best of the best.
yeah,
Like that's your goal.
that is my
Do
goal.
you feel like you could achieve that though?
Nah. I don't have enough discipline to
Yep.
to do that. But like I do like try to think that every time I do it, like if I'm playing games or if I'm playing sport, every session that I go to, I want to just try and get a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the point where I'm just like, I feel like I can do it consistently. Because when I went to volleyball yesterday, I'm just like, I was playing on nets that were like higher. I'm like, but I fucking suck, man. I'm like one of the tallest people here, and I can't do all these things, you know? And people always say like, oh, such wasted height, whatever. I'm just like, you kind of
People
right,
say that to you?
huh? Yeah, I actually do. And like, doing this whole vlogging YouTube things, there have been people saying like, why do you do this? And, you know, like negative feedback,
It's
whatever.
fun. Like
Yeah, like, and this is one of those things where the only reason why I probably started doing it, again, to reinstate, is I've always wanted to make YouTube since I was a kid. You know, when I first watched YouTube, like, watch those gamers and they make videos. I've always wanted to do some kind of YouTube, but I never had the courage to actually do it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I did my first or second ever vlog, I'm like, this is so fun. Like, I have so much fun doing this.
Yeah.
And like, I still really am doing it. That's why I'm always doing this podcast. Like, I wanted to do a podcast, so I just never did it, but now I'm doing it. Like, this is so fun. Like,
I feel like it's because like it's the people. You feel like
it is,
people,
yeah.
You'll get judged, and I felt like I used to feel like that as well. Like, oh, should I wear this? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but once you get out of that like mindset, and you're into more of a
Just, yeah.
who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who
It-
cares? Like, if you want to do that because it's fun or makes you happy, do it.
Yeah.
Who's like, who cares if people judge you?
Exactly. And again, every now and again, I do still feel kind of shy to go out and record, because I went to Woolies yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to record like the cinematic things where you like get a box or something, right? And it was just a customer, and they're just like,
She put it in.
I was just like,
What are you looking at? Look at my vlog, mate.
hold it in their face. But it was, I was kind of like shy to record, and then even at sports yesterday, I didn't do too much either, because I'm still kind of shy. But everyone just like whips out their phone, but they kind of like record for them playing sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of want to record as like a vlog POV.
Your life.
So it's a bit different from what they do, because everyone, like, if you go to a soccer game, for example, you probably see like a GoPro in the corner or something, just like recording the game.
Yeah.
And like that happens at volleyball as well, but no one actually goes and be like, "Hey guys, I'm at volleyball." You know, like it's kind of like a weirdo, but I do kind of enjoy it, and I am trying to get out of my comfort zone and go and record these things.
Yep. No, it's good. Well, that's what you need. Like, that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be, like, if you want to keep on recording, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be more
Exactly.
confident. Again, just with the mindset. Who cares about what?
Yeah,
anyone
it's
thinks?
yeah. I think that's the issue for a lot of people with things they want to do in life, is the mindset is like the biggest like blocker for them, you know.
Especially for I don't know if this is bad. Like for Asians, it's like I don't think like vlogging or anything was like kind of.
Yeah, like that's not even like
Yeah.
anything within our future from our parents. It's
Exactly.
like, if you do that, you're a fucking weirdo. Like you're,
Yeah.
you're not doing that, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Your parents are more like just career orientated, so when they see you like like doing podcasts or like
Yeah.
vlogging, they're just like, you're wasting your time.
Yeah,
What
literally,
are you
literally,
doing?
like yeah.
It's like, oh, but this makes me happy.
Yeah.
But then your parents are like,
I don't give a- I don't
care, man. I don't care. But again, your parents just want the best for you. And
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess career-wise, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I think we kind of just went over everything, kind of.
Yeah, probably, yeah. No, I think
But-
it's fun.
Yeah. So for those of you that made it to the end of the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate all those, you know, like Brandon, probably Lockie,
Brandon.
Brandon, Arsh, one of my friends, and a couple of those people that kind of come through and they watch every week. Again, if you're driving, obviously like you do with a podcast, driving, listening, studying, doing whatever, whack it on, show some support, show some love. Thank you to Calvin for coming on today's podcast. You'll probably see him in the vlog for this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I missed last week, so I'm like, I'm gonna try and do quality over quantity. Quantity this week because I have been uploading for like the past 2 months straight, which I'm like, that was quick 2 months. So now I'm trying to make like a semi-decent quality video, so I can publish for this week.
Sick.
Yeah, any comments? Any last things to say? He's doing that thing again, bro.
Trust God.
Trust God, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you potentially in a podcast later today because I might have another guest, but this might not even make it in the clip because I shouldn't have said that. So we're gonna cut right there.